Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Rao, and joining me today is Debashish Sen from Adelaide. Shami and more will join us as well. But right now it's tea break, and Australia lead by 11 runs. Travis Head gets back-to-back 50s, and of course, India was able to take out Manas Labuschagne from the race, and Mitchell Marsh is on the crease right now, along with Travis Head. But Debashish, this has completely worked in favor of Australia, and at this point, I think Australia has taken the match into their hands.
I won't say totally into their hands. Still, in the match is even Stevens. Yes, Australia have a slight edge because Travis Head, who has just scored a half century, and Australia have already also taken a lead of 11 runs. With Mitch Marsh and Travis Head, if this partnership can build on, and if they can stay on for the second session, then Australia will definitely feel very confident, and that lead might actually extend to around 90 to 100 runs, which will be very crucial. But Indians also means I won't say that Indians have done reasonably well. Means picking those 3 wickets and that crucial wicket of Labuschagne towards that before that lunch session, edging out to a delivery away from the off stump, and that was a soft dismissal, I would say. Means there was no need. He was looking good along with that partnership with Travis Head. So that to me was very crucial for India. Means was Labuschagne and Travis Head got out at tea break, that would have been given Australia an upper hand.
Boria, the same question I asked Debashish. Does Australia have this in their hands? Have this match in their hands?
One more session before you can say that. I mean, if Australia get to 280 for 6, then yes, they do. They are well and truly ahead of this. In this Test match, I thought that was strange umpiring. That evidence was inconclusive. If anything, I mean, that looked clearly pad first. And if it was pad first, India should have retained the review. By taking the Indian review away, you actually did not do well, because when you saw that front angle, it looked clearly pad first. I mean, these are little moments in the game which kind of influences the game. I thought Rohit missed a trick by not bowling Jasprit Bumrah for the last half an hour. I thought instead of Mohammad Siraj, it should have been Jasprit Bumrah for the last couple of overs. You've just got a new man in Mitchell Marsh. You have Travis Head there. You get Jasprit Bumrah. Is he under bowling Jasprit Bumrah? Because it is not as if Jasprit Bumrah was not there. A break was coming, so he would get about 40 minutes of break. Why would you not get Mohammad Siraj had bowled a far longer spell than Bumrah, by the way. Mohammad Siraj had bowled a 7-8 over spell. Bumrah has bowled 4 overs in the morning. That's it. In the first 2 hours, he's bowled 4 overs, 4 or 5 max. Now the question is, why would you not get him for the last half an hour when you just got a wicket? I get the point of removing Nitish Reddy, spot on captaincy there, but get Bumrah instead of Siraj, because Ashwin, to his credit, was holding that end, except that 1-6, which will happen against a spinner. But Ashwin did not bowl badly at all. So I thought Bumrah deserved the spell. I also thought Rohit Sharma should have spoken to Harshit Rana. Either Rohit or Bumrah or Virat, somebody should have spoken to Harshit Rana, because he was spraying it all over. It's not as if somebody can go for runs. Even the most experienced bowlers go for runs. But if you see that last over where 4 fours were considered, 2 were through the third slip cordon third man, then one was a rank long hop which was pulled. So he was basically spraying it all over. He was mentally not there. So that's where the captain becomes critical, that come and talk to your bowler. I thought it would had India been able to keep it. First hour was like that, Gargi. First hour, Australia scored 2.5 runs and over. Second hour, Australia scored 5 runs and over. 5.5 runs and over. I thought if it was an 80-run session with 3 wickets, it was India. 104-run sessions with 3 wickets, Australia will say, okay, we will take that. So that's where I think Rohit Sharma needs to do better as captain. He could have done things more proactive. He could have got Bumrah. He could have spoken to Rana. He could have got maybe a little more proactiveness from Rohit Sharma. Or if you are bowling Harshit Rana and he's not doing the job, then you just pack one side field and tell him, just do that. Don't spray it all over. Let it be. Keep a fielder at deep. Keep a fielder at short at third man, and keep bowling so that you don't concede boundaries. A 17-run over in a close a match where it's 180 is what all you're defending. A low-scoring game is a kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, Shomik, let's talk about that Mitchell Marsh, umpiring over there. It wasn't overturned because there was no conclusive evidence. Yet, in KL Rahul's case, there was no conclusive evidence, but the decision was overturned. So, what is this going on? It's very counterproductive. The umpiring is very counterproductive, and also, contradictory. Umpires are contradicting themselves at this point.
See, apparently on the naked eye, it felt like it was pat first, clearly. Even after, the umpire asked for split screen and he said inconclusive. As you said, it is not consistent what happened to KL Rahul and in this case. But India cannot hide behind this. Such. Cricket, any sport is a game of. It's a game of fine margins, and India cannot hide behind such decisions. The crux of the first 2 hours of today's play is absolutely very, very ordinary captaincy from Rohit Sharma. See, I give you, Steve Smith wicket was well planned. They packed the offside field, and eventually Steve Smith tickled one down the leg side. Travis Head came. The first ball, Bumrah beat him neck and crop, and in the very next over, he was removed from the attack. You at least he should have been given at least one more over. That was very. Harshit Rana has been bowling powder puffs. Uh, Ashwin should have been brought into the attack long before. Virat Kohli is when Ashwin is bowling. Virat Kohli is fielding in the deep. Ah, this is very, very. I will not say Australia have run away with the game, but clearly, Rohit Sharma's captaincy has allowed Travis Head to grow in the game, and Australia threatening to run away with the game. Another, one more hour from Travis Head, and it is done.
Agni also joins us. Agni, Australia in the driver's seat at this moment. Can you hear me, Agni?
Yes, I can, but my net is disturbing a tad bit. Yes.
Yes, I was asking you, Australia in the driver's seat. What do you think? How was the session?
Yes, Australia in the currently in the driver's seat. They're 11 runs ahead with 6 wickets in hand. So India's best bet will be in the twilight phase with the pink Kookaburra, and yes, agonizing captaincy from Rohit. This I said in the Bangla Live today morning also, and it was written by Buria today as well, that Rohit's lack of form really affecting his captaincy. What's surprising to me, Gargi, is, and Shomikta, what's surprising to me is the core leadership group on the field is not assisting him. I did not see Virat go to Rohit and have a word with him. There is Pant, there is Jasprit Bumrah, who led India brilliantly in the first match, but as if nobody is telling him anything. Harshit Rana has been wayward with his line and length, and Travis has taken a shellacking for him. That's completely fine. You can have one off day, but you are trusting Siraj with 7, 8 overs on the trot. So why are you holding? And Shomikta was absolutely right. He beat head, neck, and crop. Then why was he removed? Are you afraid of an injury scare? Are you saving him from the latter part of the test when the match gets out of hand? And Shomikta is absolutely right. Ashwin should have been brought into the attack much earlier. The effect was immediate. The moment Ashwin was brought on, except that couple of sixes by Travis said, he kept the other end quiet. The runs dried up. That eventually led to the wicket of Labuschagne because Labuschagne was not getting anything to play. So it's very important for Rohit, to take harsh calls on the field, and you have an attacking mindset. I did not see any setup for Travis Head. Steve Smith's wicket was well planned, as Shomikta said, absolutely. But there is, no plan in place, it seems, for Travis Head, except that first innings scorecard by Harshit Rana in the first test. There has to be a proper plan for Travis Head because he has troubled the Indian players more often than not. He's troubled the Indian team more often than not in home conditions, in away conditions. We all know what he did in the WTC final, 2023 World Cup final, and he has a tremendous record against India. So I don't know why is there no planning. Siraj bowled an exceptional spell today morning. Extremely unlucky not to get a wicket. So Siraj was fantastic. But you seriously need to think of an option. And exactly the reason why I was advocating for Akashdeep, because he has much more experience with the pink ball than Harshit. And this is what can happen. You bowl well in the Perth test. The moment Labuschagne takes a liking for you, you lose your control, you lose your line and length. Can happen to any bowler who is making a debut in Australia, Gargi.
Gargi,
Sorry,
my
I'm losing.
my point about that before anything else, this umpiring has been shit. Richard Kettleborough doing that I'm not convinced kind of nonsense when it is clear pad first. You're not convinced, don't take the review. Why? I mean, what is this? What is this? KL Rahul and this one inconclusive evidence. You're taking a review away. It was umpire's call, fair enough. If it was umpire's call, not out, no problem. But how do you take that review away when it is inconclusive? It is pad first from the long angle. If it is in, I mean, this is becoming a little silly. This is becoming a little silly from people like Richard Kettleborough, experienced umpires, making such idiotic mistakes. I mean, come on. This is either if it's inconclusive, don't take. India lost a review, and now there is a critical moment. India has one review left. How do you account for that? KL Rahul first test inconclusive, no evidence, you overturn the call. This one inconclusive, all of a sudden you keep the call. Where is the consistency in umpiring that you have to see, that you are not seeing? Nothing to take away from the fact that Rohit was poor. Make no mistake, that's what I said first. I thought Jasprit Bumrah has been underbowled. Jasprit Bumrah bowled what? 4 overs or 5 overs? I thought four, right? Four over spell this morning, something like that, either 4 or 5. Siraj bowled an 8 over spell or a 7 over spell, came back for a 3 over spell, so close to about 10, while Bumrah was 4 or 5 overs. Absolutely a second spell for Bumrah. I tweeted also. If you go check my tweet at about 11 o'clock, I said Harshit Rana, talk to him, remove him, get Bumrah on for a second spell. When you got a wicket through Nitish Reddy, remove him, get Bumrah back. Last 20 minutes, he's got to get a 40-minute rest. Get him back for a 3 over spell. Let him come at Australia. Let him go hard, and then you give him a break again and get him back on. You get these 2 wickets, Gargi, Travis Head, and one more. You're into the tail. And in twilight, you're talking about the middle, lower middle, and tail. Australia can be folded up. So it's about 2 wickets now. The moment India get two, it's under twilight. You're into the Australian tail. You should have gotten your best bowler back and pushed, which India did not in the last 30 minutes of play.
Devashish, before I ask you the question, tell us about what you thought of this of the umpire's decision, and of course, what I wanted to ask you was, do you are you also of the opinion that it was Rohit Sharma's captaincy that led the game away from India, or was it that Australia is still the better team today?
I would totally go with what Boryada said. Obviously, you should get your premier bowler at least for a small burst before the lunch, before the tea break. Means obvious, and more so when you got that important wicket of Labuschagne towards the end of the tea break. Means a short burst of 3 overs, and then you have that tea break for 40 minutes. So easily he can get sufficient rest. So and it was worth a try, but they definitely it has. He has got it all wrong. Means, but it goes to be seen whether how India fares after the tea break, because all they need now is the wicket of Travis Head. Means if he stays in the middle for at least an hour, means then things would be very very difficult for India. Means it will then be then Australia can easily with the kind of with the pace Travis Head scores his runs along with Mitch Marsh. We all know what a stroke player he is. Both can easily take the match in an hour and a half from India. So yes, India has done well by taking those 3 wickets before the tea break and that all important wicket of Labuschagne. But then the Rohit Sharma missed a trick by not using your your premier bowler in Jasprit Bumrah towards the end of the tea break before the tea break.
All right,
Gargi,
Agni,
there
shall
is
we?
a question. There is a question. Daniel M says, "Stop crying. Boria Smith didn't have clear edge on Snicko. He walked. He walked. Instantly he walked. The batsman knows it the best. The batsman knows whether he's nicked it or not. He walked. Nobody needed a Snicko. Nobody needed technology. Smith walked the moment he hit the ball. He walked. If you see the reaction, he just starts shaking his head and walks. The umpire did not even need to give him out. So where is the comparison? I don't think there is any comparison between the Mitchell Marsh Ashwin delivery and Jasprit Bumrah and Steve Smith. Yes, Gavi.
I mean, what can we say? But Tamogna Basu is asking a question here. Shomik and Agni, you can tell your thoughts on this. Tamogna is saying they need to fly in Shami ASAP. Clearly, rest of series, Australia plan will remain to attack when Bumrah is not bowling, and we need experience then. Not undermining the talent, but experience is needed. Shomik, what are your thoughts?
as far as I know, there is no immediate plan to send Shami to Australia. He will play the knockouts also, the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy knockouts also for Bengal. Um, he's working on his weight. I mean, the Nitin Patel is with him, and he's working on his weight management stuff like that. I don't know whether he is match ready as far as Test cricket is concerned. That Nitin Patel will know, and the team management will know. But I mean, from the right before the start of this Test match, and Debashish was there, and Debashish saw Akash Deep at the nets. He has been advocating for Akash Deep's inclusion in the side. As it turning out, what happens, Gargi, when Shami is not part of the squad, so there is no point talking about him as unless he is in the squad. Now, what we have in the squad, the problem is that with people like Harshit Rana, he had a very good debut in Perth, but that was smooth sailing. What happens when you hit a road bump? If you have required substantial first class experience, you can fall back on that. Harshit Rana doesn't have that. Akashdeep has that. So this is why experience in first class cricket is important, because you will not have smooth sailing every day. You will get those road bumps, and then you need to fall back to your first class cricket experience. Harshit Rana was very, very disappointing in the sense he bowled powder puffs. He bowled on both sides of the wicket. Uh, but the I mean, there is no point crying over Shami. He is not there. India probably missed a trick by not picking Akashdeep in this test match.
Also, Gargi, also Gargi, you have Mukesh Kumar as travelling reserve. Mukesh Kumar on a wicket like this absolutely suits it. Where is the question of Mohammad Shami? You've picked an Akashdeep, he can come in. Mukesh Kumar is a travelling reserve. You've retained him. Everybody, Shubha and Devashish Rohit were reporting. Mukesh Kumar was brilliant with the pink ball in the nets. Very Mohammad Shami like. So where is the question of not playing Mukesh Kumar? And by the way, let me also tell you, Harshit Rana has never bowled with the pink ball. So let's not be too harsh on that guy either. He's never bowled with the pink ball. It's completely new to him. You've picked him, but the moment you get him back for Brisbane, where it's more bounce, it's different conditions. You will see a different Harshit Rana. But you've got Mukesh Kumar for Melbourne, Akashdeep for Melbourne. You've got Sydney. So I don't think Mohammad Shami immediately. Then what are you telling these guys? What has Akashdeep done wrong in the number of test matches that he's played? What has Mukesh Kumar done wrong in the number of test matches? Mohammad Shami at this point in time looks overweight, is not test match ready, and that is the truth. By rushing Mohammad Shami there, will India be doing justice to these fellows? I don't think that is the case.
Daniel M is asking, Boya KL also walked to a similar Snicko fall. Just because he walked doesn't mean he was out. Same inconclusive logic applies here.
KL walked. KL, where
KL,
did KL walk?
I don't remember
KL
KL walking.
started shaking his head, started talking to the umpire, started making, every this thing. Where did KL walk? What are you talking about? You and I were watching completely different games, must be. Where on earth did KL walk? Kale, in fact, even when he was walking away, was gesturing that it was a wrong call. He started speaking to the two umpires that it was a wrong call. At every point in time, he was waiting for the umpires to where did Kale walk at any point in time? Kale never walked. Kale never walked in the first test whatsoever. So I don't think this is a fair comparison. But Smith walked instantaneously, started shaking his head. At no point did Kale give any kind of indication that it was out. Rather, he was continuously showing disgruntlement at the decision that was given to Kale. No, yesterday I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about the first day. First test match, day one, that was inconclusive. And that is what I'm talking about. Inconclusive evidence overturned. Here, inconclusive evidence, Mitchell Marsh, not overturned. So where if it's inconclusive, stick to something. Test match number one and here, completely different kind of judgments have come from neutral umpires.
There's a harsh comment here from Adhyayan Single. I don't know about the series outcome, but Rohit can't be your test captain post this series. He just looks way out of plans for most of the bowling innings. I'm not being critical, but that's a fact. Agni Debashish, what are your thoughts on this?
Let's just wait for the series to end, because see, pink ball test, we always knew that India did not have that experience which Australia has. They were always the favorite. Even that part test match, bro, who would have thought? Just tell me, before the series began, the first test match at part, who would have thought that India will win after getting bowled out for 150? Then the turnaround means obviously, and now then all of a sudden, then everyone was praising India that come on, India will have a brilliant chance of. But then let's face the fact that Australia have are were better placed, having the experience of playing a pink ball test match. India won because India last played a pink ball test match back in 2022. So Brisbane, it will be a lot more different because Indian fast bowlers will feel a lot more confident with the red Kookaburra. The problem with the pink ball is that they are not used to. Yes, on a mere 10 days practices, and that too, the 2-day practice match against Prime Minister 11, the one day got rained off. So you need to have a just practicing in the nets for a couple of hours is not so clearly. Say, and let's not judge Rohit Sharma straight away after the result of this match. Let the series gets over, then we will be in a better position to judge Rohit Sharma how he fared in this test series. So let's not strike it off. Obviously, this too much cricket is left in this series, Kanki.
Agni, your thoughts on everyone who has to say that Rohit Sharma needs to give up captaincy and this and that?
Coming to this question, let me read out a small piece of Boria Majumdar's 8 a.m. article today. I think that will answer all of the queries. Boriada writes in his article that is so well put. Boriada writes, coming to Rohit, the lack of runs, it is now 136 in his last 11 innings, will mean the pressure will start to mount on the Indian captain. It could also impact his captaincy. For an under pressure, Rohit will surely miss a few cues. That dropped catch with Rishabh Pant going for it did not help. And all in all, it was a forgettable day for the skipper. What is worrying is the way he got out. And that is precisely the problem with Rohit, the batsman. He has sacrificed his opening position for Kale and Jaiswal. Clearly, the way Rahul was batting in the first innings at Adelaide, there should be no change. So Kale and Jaiswal, Indian team management will stick to it. That means Rohit will consistently come into bat at number 6. Now, if you are coming to bat at number 6, you have 40 average in tests, batting in the middle order, 44 as an opener. So the pressure will be intense on you to perform. You haven't scored anything substantial if we take the Bangladesh New Zealand series at home as well. Just that 150 in the second innings in Bengaluru against New Zealand. Otherwise, no substantial score. As Boriada writes, only 136 runs in the last 11 innings. That means an average of around 12. That's really concerning for a premier batsman like Rohit. And I think that has got a lot to do with his captaincy. Why was Bumrah so phenomenal with his captaincy tactics in Perth? Because he was clearly the best bowler of the match. He was performing par excellence, above excellence. And the moment you get that extra confidence, you get that extra spring in your step, that I am the best bowler amongst these two teams. And every time I have the ball in his hand, I'm rattling the opposition psychologically and mentally. You automatically get that added edge as a captain. That's why Bumrah was so good in Perth. And that actually helped him. Rohit obviously has missed a few cues. I think the thing that strikes most of us is, why will you take Bumrah off the moment Travis Head arrives? You should have kept him on for a couple of overs. You have allowed Travis Head to get away with easy singles. You were switching to defensive tactics more often than not. Labuschagne was a lucky dismissal. Labuschagne got 3 boundaries of Harshit Rana in exactly that manner. He was unlucky. And coming to Harshit Rana, yes, Boriada is absolutely right. Come Brisbane, you will see a different Harshit. But Akashdeep has a lot of experience with the pink ball. That is exactly what I was saying on the bilingual live before the Adelaide test as well. A lot of comments then said that why will you disturb the winning combination, Harshit? Please understand this fact. There is no replacement for experience when it comes to the highest form of cricket, that is test match cricket. As Shomikda rightly said, when you hit a roadblock, you fall back on your first class experience. That is exactly what Harshit lacks, and that is exactly what makes Akashdeep a very strong contender with the pink ball. Disappointing decision, but no point in crying over spilt milk. You have to get on, and as Devashista said very rightly, a lot of cricket still left. And as Boriada said, you need a couple of wickets very quickly after lunch. If you can keep this Australia's lead to below 70, India has a chance. If Australia runs away with this, and Devashista said Head scores his runs at a rapid pace, if Australia runs away with this 100-plus lead, it'll be very difficult for India to come back, because India will also be batting under twilight and under floodlights with Stark, Boland, and Hazel and Cummins with the pink ball.
Final 5 minutes on the show because play will start soon. Santosh Kumar sends us a super chat and he's asking Ash is completely useless in overseas conditions other than the 2021 Melbourne test. What has he done with the ball in overseas? Jadeja or Washi should play. Uria, why don't you take this one?
If you've seen him bowl today and you are asking this question, then you're not watching the game. That's all I will say. You've not watched the game. You he beat Mitchell Marsh. He was using flight. What do I say? I mean, these are silly kind of questions. I mean, you don't really have much to say to this except to say, folks, just hold back. If I ask if I ask how much has Steve Smith scored in the 3 innings of this series, how much? How much has Marnus Labuschagne before this test match scored in this year? What average? Tell me. How many runs did Marnus Labuschagne score in this year? How many changes has Australia done to their batting attack? Marnus Labuschagne had an average of 17, I think, right? 17 in this whole particular year, something like that, 17 or 20, something like that. Nothing, no runs. Have they dropped him?
23.
23. Have they? And how many innings, Shomik? How many innings?
I cannot often think about the number of innings. 7 test matches and 23 average.
Got it. So 7 test matches, at least 10, 12 innings, right?
Yes,
Average of
yes.
23 and number 3. In decent batting conditions, not stupid batting conditions like India, New Zealand. So they've not dropped Marnus Labuschagne. They gave Marnus Labuschagne confidence and today he got a 64. Steve Smith has got what? 0, 17 and 2 today. So 20 runs in 3 innings. Australia has not said everything with Steve Smith has gone wild. Never drop Steve Smith for the next test match in Brisbane. The
Steve Smith
problem
is
with us,
Steve Smith is going at an average of around 28.
exactly. The problem with us is the moment there is one lean day, one lean test, one bad whatever. Please let's not compare New Zealand with this one. Chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. New Zealand, the same team is getting shellacked by England at this point in time. Absolute rollicking there. Bethel and some of the rest of the fellows. Pink ball test match was always going to be a Herculean ask for India. How many times have I said that on the show? Always. You don't play pink ball. 9 days of the year, you play pink ball. If I was BCCI, I would have refused pink ball. If I was BCCI, I would have refused pink ball. Say that. Say that. I would not play pink ball. No, we don't play pink ball. Sadly, our climate doesn't allow. We don't play pink ball. And by the way, pink ball has now become, what is pink ball? Tell me. What is the utility of pink ball? Pink ball was originally brought to bring spectators back into the game as an innovation. It is now tokenism. Australia plays one pink ball test in the year. What is it? It is tokenism. What is this nonsense pink ball? Don't play pink ball. Because pink ball in no other part of the world is even used. It is only used in one country or 2 countries. So will pink ball revolutionize test cricket for anybody? No. England doesn't use. West Indies doesn't use. India doesn't use. Which country uses the pink ball that you will revolutionize test cricket with pink ball? You can't. So that experiment with the pink ball to bring spectators into the fold has backfired. It is not going to work. So it is complete tokenism. Put your foot down. Don't play pink ball. Your players don't play pink ball. Harshit Rana has never bowled with a pink ball in his life. Don't play pink ball. Don't play pink ball. Simple. And if you do play pink ball, be prepared that the opponent will have the upper hand. Australia will. If they win this test match, I've read many comments saying 4-1. Who said so? Who said 4-1? On what basis? How many of you thought India will win in Perth? Hand on heart, nobody. Nobody after 150 all out. Show me one brave heart who said India will win that test match. Not one. So this whole madness that we do in India, drop this guy, drop that guy, throw him out, so and so is horrible. Arey, come on, calm down, calm down. I think Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney will become far close. India, this team is good enough with the red ball to challenge Australia in decent batting conditions, and we will challenge Australia. So let's not lose perspective. And someone says Obrojyoti is actually a good analyst of the game. Why is he saying this? Why is he saying that Gautam Gambhir's adopted son KKR? What were you saying in the first match when Harshit Rana was bowling brilliantly in Perth? You were not saying it. All of a sudden, it has become Gautam Gambhir and KKR again. This is where we start to lose perspective. Harshit Rana plays well. What a discovery by Gautam Gambhir. Exactly like Nitish Kumar Reddy. Harshit Rana has one bad day. He's playing because he's KKR. What rubbish. KKR has nothing to do with either yes or no. Harshit Rana is playing because the Indian think tank thought that he bowled well. Okay, they persist. It could be a wrong call. At this point in time, in hindsight, it is looking like a wrong call. Akashdeep should have played, but he's not playing because he's KKR. So calm down, boss. Let's not take things out of context and start talking rubbish.
Finally, I'll go to Debashish. Will Travis Head's wicket be key today for India? What do you think?
Absolutely right. It means he will be the key wicket for India. If India can get him quickly post tea break, then India is right back into the match.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Play starts in a few minutes. So head back to your TV screens and enjoy the game. Oh yeah, Shomik.
No, no, Gagi, before we sign off, just on a lighter note, Mama was looking resplendent in yellow yesterday. Today he is wearing white. I think he seems to have raised the white flag.
The one thing I will give to Devashish is even with 9 wickets down, he will not raise the white flag. He will fight. He's Gautam Gambhir number 2. He will fight till the last ball is bowled. That's how he is. He's our warrior on ground. Okay.
Yes.
The only thing is, I will advise him with diabetes not to have the mango shake because it has tons of sugar. I did not tell him the other day. Everything
And
anything else is fine. Don't have the mango shake because they will put one mango and tons of sugar. So what you are in effect having is sugar. Don't have that.
And also, and on a serious note, Devashish, I have been enjoying the photographs you have been sending, the moods, the moments that
Brilliant.
you have been, the moments, the mood, the news that you have been capturing with your pictures. Absolutely brilliant. Keep
And
keep
I
up
am
the good
actually
work.
waiting, Shomik, because I think the Bhagne in Shubhan is bad. Shubhan doesn't give respect to the mama. Hey, mama, you don't talk to your uncle like that. You don't.
Exactly.
I think the moment Ogni goes down under, Devashish will start getting the respect and that show will take off. At this point in time, the nephew is very disrespectful of the uncle. So Shubhan is one of those backbenchers in school who always is notorious and is disrespecting the uncle. So that needs to be remedied.
दूध मांगोगे खीर देंगे, मामा मांगोगे चीड़ देंगे. Remember.
Devashish has definitely been on the money with his visuals, with his breaking news, and of course the photographs as well. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Devashish, thank you for the pictures that you've sent. They are wonderful. And to everyone who's watching, don't forget to join us back at 5 at 5. We will analyze the entire day and give you some more as well. So thank you so much.